Twin flame, twin souls, soulmates, divine connections. This is Brainy Twin for April 20th, 2021. First and foremost, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs, the sense of community on our channel. It really warms my heart, and I love you all so, so much. So as many of you know, I'm a divine messenger on this journey, and I've been tasked to give you messages as we endeavor this journey. I do everything from pen to paper here. And the messages always resonate with what's in my journal. So normally what I do is I strictly flip the cards out of my own entertainment purposes, because the cards always depict what's in my journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some signs for April the 20th here. And no, we're too far. Okay, here we go. So the things that I've seen in the last 24 to 48 hours is 2 blue jays, 3 crows, the number 1111 I've been seeing quite prevalently, 111. I saw 888 this morning, which represents abundance. It's a very, very good number. It's not a number I see too often, but I've been seeing it quite prevalently in the last couple of days, 444. And I got up last night at about, I dozed off, and I woke up with this saying that said, for Bible. And I'm not sure what for Bible means. It could be survival, it could be whatever. But those were the words that were coming out of my mouth, was for Bible. So those are some of the signs and the things that I've seen in the last 24 hours. And these messages are messages that are meant to be delivered to you. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, kindly just pack it away in your pocket. Not everything's going to resonate with you. I can say that there's some guarded hearts. There's some envy. There's a lot of things that have been going on in this collective twin flame group. And again, be careful who you listen to. My ears have been chronically itchy, and I don't know if that is because of some people in this collective group. They're not listening to their inner voice. They're not listening to themselves. They're not listening to what they should be listening to. But just be careful who you listen to. There's a lot of false prophecy out there. There's a lot of false, there's a lot of garbage, to be quite honest. And there's a lot of people piggybacking off of other people's knowledge, wisdom, vision, and prophecy. And so just be careful. I'm here to guide you primarily to yourself, and get to your inner guide, your inner truths. And everything that I do, I strictly do for you. And yeah, so I'm going to get started. I have some different cards that I purchased, and they were kind of like, it takes me a long time to purchase cards. I really study them. And I feel like these are cards that are meant for you. And so yeah, so I'm going to get started. The way I do this is I do the current masculine energy. We live in the moment. We live in the now. We don't live in the past. We don't live in the future. The past creates depression. The future causes anxiety. Live in the moment. Live in the now. That's what we need to do. So I always do in the now, in the moment. It's changing. It's dynamic. It's wherever you are on this journey. These are timeless. Even though it is April 20, 2021, these are timeless. When you stumble across it, it's meant for when you stumble across it, because the message is meant for you at that time. So I primarily, I use 4 cards because 4 is my birth number, and I always just let the cards fall out. If 4 fall out, I'll take them, but generally only if 4 fall out, I'll take them, or 1 or whatever. So there's the first one. I'm just going to let all 4, and then that's too many. And again, thank you all so much for the love. Oh, there's something mixed in here, so if it comes out, it's meant to come out. Like again, this is more for my own entertainment, to be quite honest. 2 cards, please. Oh, too many. And tune in for the live on Thursday, April 22nd at 7 p.m. It's your chance. I don't know how these got mixed in there, but everything happens for a reason. There's no coincidences. All right. So this is masculine energy as of this moment, as of right now. And I love this card. So here, and I'll do it sideways, whatever way you can see it. It's true love. There's two swans. Two swans is very significant in this journey. What I can say at this moment is that the masculine energy feels that this is their true love. This is a journey, again, of love, primarily of oneself, to be quite honest. Sometimes we lose vision of what the journey is about, but the journey is actually loving oneself. And the more you love yourself and have self-love and self-worth, the closer you'll come to fruition. There was a question to me, I believe in the last live, and it was, what is fruition? Fruition is coming together, fruit, growing. There was one thing that I always used to write in my journal, and sometimes you have to clip a fruit tree in order for it to flourish. Sometimes it's not pleasant, you know, and sometimes you have to clip it back in order for it to flourish, but fruition is that, exactly that. It's blossoming, it's fruition, it's coming together, and it's beautiful. I basically just said this, 1111, signs and syncs. I've been seeing it a lot lately. Sometimes 1111 is very significant. It's very significant universally. It's not just significant for the twin flame, but if you look at these two cards together, it is quite significant, very, very significant, because the divine masculine knows that this is true love, and they're seeing signs and syncs, and they're seeing 1111, and they know what this is, and they're seeing through the illusions. And primarily the illusion is oneself, to be quite honest. There is a lot of, in this journey, again, I sound sometimes like a broken record, but I feel like sometimes the message isn't being heard, and the message they have to regurgitate, because some ears, maybe that's why my ears are itchy, and some of the messages are just not being heard. And the illusion is primarily yourself, and it is also the veil, the mask. It's an illusion. How do I explain this? We are an illusion. You are an illusion of oneself. And you have to peel away that veil, and you have to look into the soul. There's a lot of people out there that, I know, it just irritates the shit out of me. You know, Google is such a great thing, and you can Google anything and come to whatever consensus. All of this stuff is written. I have oodles and oodles of journals. These messages come to me from divine, and I don't ask for them. But you have to see past that illusion, and you have to look into the inner depths of the soul. And when you come together, you see that soul. You go into soul shock, and you have that soul love, that immediate love, that true love, whatever it may be. Winter. Okay. So some of you, many of you, winter is cold, at least here in Canada. And some of you, I feel more the masculine energy is they're in like this kind of coldness right now, but they're seeing past the illusions. But sometimes you have to get to, just like there's light to the darkness, there's warmth to the cold. Some of you may have come into physical separation in the three-dimensional world in the winter. And I feel maybe many of you have, if you're watching this right now. Seasons change. And where there's darkness, there's light. And where there's winter, there's summer. I live in Canada, so we have the beauty of 4 seasons. So that's where they're at now. And if they could say anything to the feminine energy, what would they say? And again, just energy. That's all it is energy. It's whatever you reside, whatever within your being. You can be feminine energy in a male body and masculine energy in a female body. It's interchanging, to be quite honest. You have to have that healthy balance of masculine and feminine energy. And feminine energy is a nurturing energy, and masculine energy is a protective energy. So you have to come to that healthy balance. I'm going to call it for 4 cards. And if there's 3, no, that one fell out. Too many. I love it. I absolutely wrote this down. Oh, I didn't mention that. There's a reason why I don't mention things. It's crazy how this stuff comes out. Okay. Okay. So I have this divine door here, and divine door. Right now, if you look at, let me just talk about this right now. Okay. How I resonate this card is right now in the 3rd dimensional world, the divine door is closed. Many of you, and it's not an easy journey, and a lot of you get, and again, if this resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. A lot of you get stuck and blocked, and you consume yourself with physical unity, and you have to consume yourself with the physical you and your well-being and your self-love, because if you don't have the love for yourself, divine will not allow you to move forward on this journey. It's just, it is what it is. I know this because I went through this. I went through 3D separation. I went through it all. And the moment that I knew that it was the love of oneself, the door opened. But right now the door is closed. And masculine energy wants to say to you now, beautiful, beautiful feminine energy, love you. And look out for what's best for you. It's hard because this is a love that's not explained. But the door is going to continue to be closed unless you move forward, remove the interference, and pardon my English for this one, remove the bullshit. Just get it out of the way and remove whatever is not working for you. And if this is truly your journey and you are doing the soul work, those messages will come to you and those barriers or blocks will be removed. But right now the door is closed. But that's only in the 3-dimensional world. Telepathy, many of you struggle with this concept. It's true, it happens. You know, I had asked God last summer for something very specific because I was getting these telepathic messages and I thought that I needed to check myself into, you know, somewhere that I was going clinically insane. And then I asked for a specific sign. And it's not right to ask all the time. You have to give thanks before you can ask. So always give thanks before you can ask. But I asked for something specific because I really struggled with this. And I got the sign within a day. And I was on a video conference call at work. And this black butterfly was actually flying behind me while I was on the conference call. And people that were on the conference call were actually mentioning it. So this truly does exist. It is, you know. Okay, if you're hearing this, it's true. And the masculine energy feels telepathic communication, feminine energy, and they want to let you know that they know that this is more than just the 3D. And 3D is exactly that. It's 3-dimensional. Everything is 3-dimensional, okay? When you're in a telepathic, it's not 3-dimensional. It's universal, if that makes any sense. These messages come to me when they're meant to come to me. I love this card and I love it so much. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful card. And it's a rebirth card. And I wrote this today in my journal, and there's rebirth and resurrection. So what happens sometimes in this journey is you can rebirth and resurrect a multitude of times. So you rebirth, you find your, you know, you have that inner guide, you have that inner wisdom, you have that knowledge, that strength, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you get interference. And that interference comes in, and then it I don't know how to explain this. The interference comes in, and then the matrix of your mind, thought, whatever it may be, it kind of supersedes the voice and the love in your heart. And then you start navigating with ego And a lot of people don't understand what ego is. Ego is like the mind, the poison of the mind. Soul is love, and that comes from the heart. It's not arrogance. It's none of that. Ego is non-soul, if that makes any sense. But the masculine energy is rebirthing and coming back to the love in their heart, and it's beautiful, and I love it, and I love it so much. Free will. Okay, these cards all kind of flow together. So free will is exactly that. We have free will. We have free will to do what we please. And masculine energy is telling you, feminine energy, that they have their own free will. We all have free will. We have free will and we have God's will. And some of the masculine energy are expressing their own free will. But as their free will, they're going through these changes, and it is a rebirth and telepathic communication and the divine door. So they're expressing their own free will, and you have to respect that. Just, again, I always say just manifest love, unconditional love. So that's that. And then put these on the floor over there. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do the overall energy of both. And so this is the collective energy of both at this moment. Again, we live in the moment. Don't let the poison of the past rob you of the moment of the now. That's two, so I'll take those two. I can't believe this. I just cannot. Okay, again, my own entertainment. So I have the victory card here, and how I resonate the victory card is two things. Okay, beautiful card. Beautiful. Running, throwing the hat up in the air, victory. Victory, you'll know. It comes within. You have this sense of happiness. You have this sense of peace. You have all of these, the self-love, the self-worth, all of the inner peace, the inner healing, all of that. Many of you are coming close to this. I get emails all the time saying, you know, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the soul work. I know what my soul purpose is. With that comes victory. But what I can say, in order for you to come into fruition again, reunit E, is you have to believe in me. Me, 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 me. Okay? So victory is there for many of you. I feel it on both sides, both energies. This Infinity Possibilities card is such a beautiful card, and it resonates with, I'm seeing past the illusions. This is infinite. Let it go. Embrace. Know that the world or the universe is infinite, and there's infinite possibilities with this collective group, with this connection. Just know it's infinite, and hand it over to the universe. Just say it's yours. Whatever will be, and whenever it's meant to be, it will be. I absolutely put this in my journal today. It's the faith card. Absolutely faith. Have trust and faith. Have trust and faith in yourself, and have trust and faith in divine, God, source, however you resonate it with. Always have faith. The moment you lose faith is the moment you killed her off path. It's a test of your faith. It's a test of your will. It's a test of so many things. And the moment you lose faith is the moment you lose your fight. If that makes any sense. I was just talking about this. Ego. Okay. And see how high this building is? It's very tall, right? The thing about ego is ego always wants to win. It's a battle within you. And ego is Again, ego versus soul. I have a video on that. Just check it out. Ego is me, soul is we. It's ego always wants to win. So to give you an example, somebody may come up to you, and it could be, we're in such a low vibration right now with the world that we're living in, and that ego comes in, and automatically your ego wants to, you know, kind of like attack or stick up for yourself. That's your ego. Your soul is being like, you forgive, and you have unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. So despite the ego of others, you come back with a loving response, and you come back with love. And there's so much ego going on. Ego is fear. Ego is worry. Ego is angry. Ego is so many emotions. That's your ego. And the number one thing is, ego is mind, thought. And it always wants to overcome the power of the love in the heart. Let it go. Let go of ego. And let that rebirth and resurrection occur within you. So there is some ego going on for sure. So I'm going to, now that I've done that, I'm going to give you some special messages here. These are new, and I just feel like they're healing cards. So this is what's meant to come out when it's meant to come out. These messages. You know, sometimes I want to read from my journal because it will give you the wow factor. No, too many. Sorry. It's either 1 or 4. I can't. Two cards, please. And this is for whomever it resonates with. What I do in these is I cannot believe this. It's however it resonates, right? It's where you are in the journey. Okay, so I have this card here, and I was just alluding to this. It's number 16, however that resonates with you. 1 and 6 is 7, 1 or 6. Inner child, that is exactly what needs to happen. And when you come into each other, you trigger those wounds, you trigger that healing within yourself. That inner child needs to be healthy in order for you to come back into fruition. Just trust me. Many of you know what the inner child is. Your inner child, when you come in, you open up those wounds. The inner child and the inner guide helps you on the journey to heal those inner child wounds. Here, 31. Unleash your creativity. Some of you have been in a dark place, and you've been burying your creativity, and you haven't been doing what you meant to be doing. The way I look at this card is inner child too. Once you come into your inner child, heal your inner child, come into your inner guide, you come into your soul purpose. And to me, that's what unleashing your creativity is. So inner child, soul purpose, healing. Okay, this stuff is not a coincidence. Healing, inner child. You'll unleash that creativity. Some of you are procrastinating, primarily because it stems from ego. And ego is, procrastination is ego. So I love that. I love it so much. I'm going to give you 4 of these ones now. Where are we with time? 24, 25. But you're doing the work. You're healing, and that's the most important thing on this journey, is to heal. Your inner child will actually invoke what you need to heal, believe it or not. So as you heal your inner child, your inner guide kicks in. and tells you what you need to heal. Aw. Two cards, please. Sorry, folks. Must be a good message. Two cards, please. Thank you very much. Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, number 1, 4, or 1 and 4 is 5, however the numbers resonate with you. Exactly what it says, experiencing life as it comes. How I resonate that card is I always say live in the moment. Don't live in the past, don't live in the future, live in the moment. Experience life as it comes. Live in the moment of now. You're robbing yourself of precious, precious beauty and of living in the moment of now. And many of you are. And it is so, so important to do that. It truly, truly is. 22, Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain. Transmuting pain is the same as healing and healing the inner child, and you're transmuting that pain. Cry. It's a release of so many toxins within your body. You have to heal that inner child, and you have to transmute that pain. 62, 6 and 2 is 8. Will the wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows. How do I resonate this? Your shadow is your dark side, but there's treasures there, because when you look at your dark side and you go in beneath the depth of that darkness and understand where that darkness comes from, you are able to heal. There's dark and light. There's white and black. You have to face your shadow, and you have to get there. And the crossing, such a beautiful card. Number 54, initiation. Many of you are crossing over, doing the inner child work, doing the healing, and as a result, you cross over into the light. This is no coincidence. Treasures hidden in the shadows, the crossing. Once you find out what those treasures are in that dark side, you will cross over into the light, which is enlightenment. And that's exactly where you want to be. So the last message I have for you today is a loving message to take with you. Again, thank you all so much. Yep. I'm going to call out for one card, please. There we go. And here it is. It's upside down. There's the front. And it says, I am forever grateful for your loving kindness and the joy you bring to my life. You are a gift from the eternal heart of love, a blessing from the most benevolent universe. Exactly. You are a blessing. Everyone is a blessing. And we all have eternal hearts of love. Open up that heart, subdue that mind. And that's all I have for you tonight. And again, I want to thank you all so much for the love, the likes, the subs. It means the world to me, and I love you all so, so much. Have a great night, folks.